Prostitution, by definition, means the practice of engaging in relatively indiscriminate sexual activity, in general with someone who is not a spouse or a friend, in exchange for immediate payment of money or other valuables. Prostitution is deemed punishable by law in a lot of countries, especially those conservative countries. As for the case of Dubai, the more that it is becoming a successful region in the Emirates as a tourist destination, the more that prostitution is likely to rise. Not to mention, Dubai has opened itself to tourists that are wealthy enough to enjoy the facilities that it has to offer to these kinds of people. In today's video, we will be taking a closer look at how Dubai handles the issue of prostitution. In general, prostitution in the United Arab Emirates is illegal, no ifs, ands, or buts, including the beautiful Dubai. Punishment for engaging in prostitution includes heavy fines and imprisonment, with those foreign prostitutes immediately being deported from the UAE. In 2006, reports said that more than 4,300 foreign prostitutes had been deported from the Emirates. Despite the necessary steps taken by the governing bodies, prostitution became a widespread virus in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The authorities generally turn a blind eye provided that the illegal trade of people is kept out of the public eye. Did you know that the illegal recruiters, or pimps in slang, manage to slip past the authorities and arrange prostitutes to enter the country on a 30-day tourist visa? Yes, this is as illegal as it gets. UAE nationals are permitted several residence visas and may change hands at upwards of £5,000. These are mainly used for domestic staff, but any surplus is often sold through middlemen to prostitutes to enter and remain in the country for 2 years. Most of this prostitution takes place in bars and nightclubs or hotels. Now, focusing on Dubai alone, there's been a sex trade in the country for many years. As the law against prostitution is strictly followed in the country, did you know that in 1936, Sheikh Zayed's Wali forced the prostitutes to get married or to leave the country? The Sheikh knew for a fact that these prostitutes had to be in that position and earn money, because this is the easiest way for them to get money and feed their families. Not in a very decent way, though. During the 1950s and 60s, two madams controlled the Iranian prostitutes. One controlled the red light district in Bur Dubai, the other around Nasser Square, or with its new name, Banaya Square. The Sheikh then ordered the immediate deportation of the prostitutes. In modern times, Dubai has been dubbed the Sodom Sumer. There are estimated to be 30,000 prostitutes in the city, and many of them are from poorer countries, including Nigeria. There are also brothels in Dubai. One was even featured in Vanity Fair magazine, but was closed in 2007. The club was heard to open in a new location under a new name, known by visitors as the United Nations of Prostitution. This club has more than 500 prostitutes on the premises on an average night, many from China, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and some other Arab countries, including non-Arab countries like Russia, Bulgaria, and Taiwan. Human trafficking in Dubai is a huge problem. Often Chinese or other Asian criminal groups force women from those countries into prostitution in the UAE. The UAE attracts many foreign businessmen, as it is gaining a reputation as the Middle East's top sex tourism destination. Many of these wealthy visitors arrive regularly from the post-Soviet states, South America, Eastern Europe, East Asia, Africa, South Asia, and other states of the Middle East. The UAE is also a destination and transit country for women subjected to sex trafficking. In fact, in 2007, the United States Department placed the United Arab Emirates as a Tier 2 in its annual trafficking in person reports, meaning that it does not fully comply with the minimum standards for the elimination of trafficking, but is making significant efforts to do so. In 2016, 22 cases related to sex trafficking were brought before the courts. Sex services in Dubai, or the UAE in general, are also openly advertised on websites and social media. Most of the victims are women that have been offered a respectable job as a receptionist in a hotel or as a secretary in the UAE, while still in their home countries. Rescued women are being offered shelter while processing their papers so they could go back home to their countries. The National Committee to Combat Human Trafficking has already rescued 250 women and children since the law against human trafficking and prostitution was made modified to the law in 2006. If you think it is all women in this kind of illegal trade, there are also men playing in the dangerous field. A 29-year-old Moroccan who posted ads on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, along with pictures of naked people and cross-dressers inviting customers to have paid sex with him, has been arrested after undercover police disguised themselves as a customer. The Moroccan man agreed to a deal of $1200 for sex, and when he arrived at their meeting place, he was arrested. The man admitted in court these illegal actions and will soon be deported after serving a prison sentence. You see, Dubai and the UAE have come a very long way from becoming an oil-producing region in the Middle East. As fast as their tourism growth occurred, it's very commendable that they have become more advanced in terms of facilities and transportation as well. You can also see it in the reforms that they have made in their police departments. But one thing is for sure, growth also comes with darkness, trying to overshadow the success Dubai is enjoying right now. This comes in the form of prostitution and many illegal activities that are still recurring in their country right now. Their success is inevitable, but we hope that their problem with human trafficking will be diminished to zero as well. How can we end prostitution and sex slave trafficking? Comment below on how this can be achieved. And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more informative videos.